Hey everybody, Roxabox90 here with another top 10 EDH Commander card countdown. Yes, we are back, and today we're going to tackle the top 10 Grixis cards in Commander. That is blue, black, red combination, and for those who aren't aware, in Commander that means only decks that can run these three colors or more, which pretty much at this point means this 3-color combination and then a 5-color deck. And we're going to keep to the criteria we pretty much have before. This is a multiplayer only list, so we're going to consider the cards in that light as well. The cards themselves, we're going to focus on ones that are more specifically niche for Grixis deck versus 5-color, and then as well start at the bottom of the list. We're going to have the cards that are most specific in terms of their use, and then spread to more global, broad use across decks as we get towards the top. So I'll start off with some honorable mentions. We have Croesus the Purger, who's epic and glorious, especially in this artwork. Unfortunately, he's just a generic flying body, and that he has to connect to then have access to an ability that, sure, is really powerful potentially against monocolor decks, but in a multiplayer game, I don't think he's up to par. Unscythe, Killer of Kings, is so not Umezawa's Jite that I don't know what to do with myself. It is so amazingly epic and just not there. I'm sorry. It's okay maybe in a Voltron-styled build, but Phyrexian Tyranny, this card's actually pretty solid in Nekusar-styled builds. Ones that are more tax stacks, whatever you want to call it, and Nekusar particularly takes serious advantage of this card. On its own, it's not all that great. Drastic Revelation, gloriously beautiful artwork. Unfortunately, the card itself is a little too random for my taste. That being said, it's very, very cool that it allows you to basically draw 4 cards and put 3 in the grave, which for many kinds of specific builds, it's very strong in. I think it's very well designed for Commander. Elemental Augury, many of you have maybe never heard of this card. The fact that it gives you the flexibility to look at any player's library and then control their draw order is very powerful, especially when other people are using tops and Sylvan libraries and whatever to control the top of the deck. This card gives you the flexibility, and I like it as a control card. Definitely fits the Urborg theme, creating a little bit of chaos and a little bit of control all in one. I like its style. It's a more casual, group huggy card, but still pretty cool. Nicol Bolas. Glorious, amazing artwork. Some of these cards are stunning. Unfortunately, he's really only super powerful in decks that can take advantage of him, such as Scion of the Ur-Dragon, which allows you, once you're hitting for damage, to then make them lose their hand. Otherwise, it as itself is a pretty hefty tax and is not going to stick around that long given its cost. Garza Zol Queen, I don't like her that much. I find that she's just not that powerful. Sure, maybe as a Voltron-styled build in a very narrow way, but I don't think she's as powerful as some of the other cards on this list. And Prince of Thralls is also pretty epic demon. Unfortunately, it has the flexibility unless the opponent pays 3 life, which can completely make his ability irrelevant in a multiplayer game where everyone has 40 life. Very easy to deal with him. And we're going to round off our honors list with Cedrus the Traitor King. I think he's a little bit narrow even compared to other commanders on this list. Strong card for a very specific kind of build. Starting off our top 10 list, we have Jeleva Nefalia's Scourge. I've actually built a deck with her. I think she's very powerful. The biggest problem I have is that she's a little bit random, and given that it requires her to be on the swing for attacking, she is, on the one hand, really scary and powerful, draws a lot of hate, but on the other hand also creates a little bit of chaos and doesn't give you necessarily the win that you want. The fact that it's so chaotic in its ability and yet potentially powerful, I think makes it a really fun and interesting commander to build around, but not necessarily the most powerful going on. Thraximunder is huge. He's beater, he's Voltron, he's pretty much everything epic, and he was my commander for a long time. He's still in my deck. I think he's a super strong creature that's totally worth his value. Opponent drops 1 big creature, you swing with this guy, gives you haste right away, gets rid of the creature. I think the fact that he's an edict pasted on his every attack and he gets more powerful, there's just everything to be said. He is the pure utilization of powerhouse in these colors in terms of creature. Cool Ultimatum at number 8 is just wow. It's just, even in Commander, this card can be extremely crippling. And yes, much more powerful in 1v1, but still in multiplayer, this is the kind of card that you want to copy or try to hit as many players with as you can. It's also in and of itself a very, very strong, flexible card. A little bit awkward mana cost, but for Grixis, it's very cool. Number 7, we have Blood Tyrant. This guy is, it's as if he was designed for Commander, as if the Commander decks, this was old school Commander deck building. The fact that whenever a player loses the game, he gets more powerful, which in a multiplayer game is exactly what we want. The fact that each player loses 1 life and he gets more and more powerful if there's more players playing. Huge, efficient, really strong creature. I have to say that while Thraxamander and him are probably pretty close, I like his build for multiplayer Commander slightly more, I think, than I do like Thraxamander. He's just, I think, more efficient overall. Then we have Marquesa the Black Rose. Marquesa, whatever. She's from Conspiracy, and yet she's become one of the staple, amazing commanders in these colors. I love that she works with the team. She gives your whole team a dethrone, and the fact is that she, if you have 1+1 counter stuff with dethrone, essentially makes your creatures nigh unkillable. I think she's a great build around, but also a very strong commander of herself, and I think she's very well designed for this format. Number 5, Nekusar the Mindraiser. In my opinion, he's probably overall the most powerful Grixis commander to build around, just because I've seen him really destroy multiplayer fields. This card really swings games, and you'll be surprised how quickly his ability will completely wipe out a field of opponents. He's very powerful, and yet quietly so. Slave of Bolas at number 4. This card is just pure efficient. The fact you take a creature, you get it for the turn, and then they lose it because it's sacrificed, so indestructible doesn't help. This card, for its mana cost, is just unbelievable, and lots of decks that aren't even a particular style of Grixis, even 5-color decks, would consider running this card, I think, because of its flexibility. It's really strong. It's removal and theft in 1. Number 3, we have Grixis Charm. This card is pretty similar to Croza's Charm, which is coming shortly, but this card is, I have to say, very flexible, kills utility creatures, gives you that final swing damage you need, and it can also bounce any permanent. Great flexible card. I really like the art on it. But number 2, Croza's Charm is unfortunately just a better card. It gives you better options, and options makes it the most flexible card because it gives you the ability to bounce a permanent to its own hand, or destroy a non-black creature, or destroy an artifact. 3 mana, being able to hit any of 3 targets, that pretty much hits anything in the range that you need. Very powerful, flexible card, as are many of the charms. At number 1, we have Mishra Artificer Prodigy. I know, you're all going to... Well, I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Number 1 is Nicol Bolas Planeswalker. And yes, maybe he's not as flexible as the charms, but he's pretty darn close. And if you're running Grixis and you're not running him in multiplayer Commander, you're doing something wrong, because he is the epic dragon planeswalker, and if you're not running him, every ability of his is relevant. Being able, his +3, destroy target non-creature permanent, well, that's pretty much just about everything of importance in the game. -2, take control of the creature. So, oh, you didn't destroy the creature, well, now it's mine. And then number 9, -9, he eviscerates a player completely. He is epic, powerful, flexible, great in Grixis, and even a 5-color deck could consider running him for his epicness. I think he's the coolest, and he's also very flexible Grixis card, which I think puts him at the top of the list. So that's my top 10 Grixis EDH Commander cards. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts about this list down below in the comment section of the video. If you enjoyed the video, tap that like button, and if you're new to the channel, check in and subscribe as well. If you guys haven't heard, I have a Patreon page going. Hopefully we can get more of these top 10s. If you guys could reach out and support the channel some, hopefully we can get more of these top 10s going at a slightly quicker schedule. Really appreciate everything you guys do and all your comments and thoughts. Looking forward to hearing those down below. And as always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.